We used to get the JCPenney catalog, and that was kind of like that. Hi everybody. So I love this. I love it here. This is like so cool. This is so cool. So just about a month ago today, I was in the hospital in Albany Med with 4 what they call vertebral and carotid artery dissections, which means my blood vessels in my neck were actually torn. And we don't really know how this happened, but I started feeling weird at work, and then eventually I got really sick, and then eventually I went to the hospital. And this is not really what this story is about, but what the result of this was that I was really tired. It has to heal by itself. I have to take blood thinners, and I'm not allowed to lift anything. So, and that's hard for me because I have a physical job and I just like doing stuff. So I have a 10-year-old kid named Lewis, and Lewis has been playing the drums at school. And they have been talking about wanting a drum set, and me and my partner Ever have been like, no, absolutely not, we're not getting it, it's too loud, it's too big, we can't do it. So then Lewis is like very persistent, and they will wear you down when they want something. And the other thing that they are is like every year when it comes to Christmas, they're super obsessive about trying to figure out what the present is and asking you a million times and like going on this like undercover like detective mission all over the house to find. And usually they figure it out and they just kind of ruin the surprise completely. So we finally decide that we're gonna, even though we kept saying no, we're gonna get them the drum set. So I took a half a day off of work this week on Thursday or Wednesday so that I could go to Guitar Center in Albany and buy them this drum set. So I get there, I'm looking at the drum sets, there's really only one that's like a whole thing for kids, and it's good, it's kind of affordable, and it is in this huge box, and I don't know how they fit, but it's like, the box is not big enough to fit a whole drum set, so I don't know how they get it in there, but I get someone to help me, and because obviously I can't lift anything, and they bring it up to the front counter, and I pay for it, and then guys who work at the Guitar Center who are like these like guitar player like macho dudes are trying to convince me to get the warranty, and I'm like, it's a 10-year-old playing the drums, I don't need like a warranty. And it's like super annoying, and they help me bring the car out, but they're really mad at me for not buying the warranty, so they just kind of leave me there with this giant box, and there's no way that this box, I have like a small car, and there's no way that this giant box with a drum set is gonna fit in the car. And I can't even try to lift it. So it's like freezing, and I rip the tape off, I open the box, and I start taking all these pieces, and in order to make this thing fit in the box, and probably because it's cheap, the drums are actually not even like assembled. Each drum is like in 10 pieces. So there's like a million pieces in this box with all the little, pieces. I'm not a drummer, so all the pieces of metal and stuff. So I'm getting everything, all these little things into the car, and fold up the giant box and get it in there. I get home, and when I get home, I don't even remember what it's about, but we ended up having some kind of huge family conflict. And I was just like in a bad mood and kind of annoyed, and like, I just drove all the way to Albany, buying this goddamn drum set, and you're like, not appreciating me. And we're getting ready for bed, and I go outside, and I'm bringing firewood in, and this is something like I'm not supposed to do because of my arteries. I'm supposed to carry like 1 or 2 pieces, but I'm fine, I'm like loading up 4 pieces of firewood, and I just felt like something was like not right because I carried too much. And I brought it in, I put the firewood down, I load up the wood stove, I went to bed, and I'm lying in bed, and I start getting a headache. And this is one of the symptoms that you have strained your arteries, that you start getting a headache. And I got when it first happened, I got like a terrible migraine, and I was vomiting. I'm like, oh my God, I fucked up, I'm gonna go to the hospital, everything's ruined. So I'm lying there like all night. Finally at 2:30, I woke up, I took Tylenol. I not woke up because I never went to sleep, but I took Tylenol, I went back to bed. I got like 2 or 3 hours of sleep. I get up in the morning, I make coffee, I'm getting ready to go to work, and and I have to bring Lewis with me because they go to school at my, I work at the school. So I'm like waking up Lewis and I'm making their lunch and it's like we have to leave in 5 minutes and all of a sudden I'm like, the fucking drum set is in the car in all of these pieces. So I run out to the car. I'm like, I just gotta go, I'll be right back. I run out to the car, I'm trying to get all the pieces out, and I open, we have like a crawl space, like a cellar under the house, and the door is like, and I open up the door, I'm getting all these pieces, they're like clanging and banging, I'm trying to put them under the house. I get everything in there, mostly, but some of it is still in the car, but the pieces in the car are like in closed boxes here, you can't tell what it is. And so, I'm like, okay, I think it's gonna be okay. I come inside, Lewis is like lying in bed and goes, Dave, what were you doing in the crawl space? And I was like, nothing, I wasn't doing anything. And they were like, what were you doing? What were you doing in the crawl space? And they start getting upset because they feel like I'm like being just not telling them something. And I'm like, listen, I can't tell you. Just trust me. Okay, I can't tell you what I was doing. And they're like, was it present? Is it a drum set? And I'm like, no! And they're like, you're lying. I can tell you're lying. It's a drum set. It's a drum set, isn't it? And I'm like, no, it's not, and we can't talk about this anymore. And then they start doing this thing again, wearing me down, right? And so we get to school, I'm late, we're like getting out of the car, and there is the instruction manual for the drum set is sitting on the back seat of the car. So as we're getting out of the car, Lewis sees it and is like, that's the instructions. It's a drum set, it's a drum set, it's a drum set. So I'm like, no, it's not what you think. And I'm like refusing to talk about it. And I held the line for the next 2 days. And finally this morning, we get up, we're all, my whole family's in the bed, we're lying in bed, and Lewis is like, I know it's a drum set. Can I just have it? Can I just put it together? And finally, me and everyone were like, okay. And they're like, Lewis also got kind of upset. They felt like they were ruining Christmas, but they couldn't like let it go. So we're like, okay, you're gonna get like a book or something. Christmas, like in addition to this, but they were like okay with it because their best friend has one, blah blah blah. So then I go to my studio today and they're putting together the whole drum set at home, and I come back home right before the story slam, and Lewis has the whole drum set set up. They've got the laptop sitting on one of the drums with the like how to play drums video playing, and they're just like having